Hi friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rainboots.com here with an easy couple of ways to make some sweet little gnomes. Boop, boop. If you would like to make them, just stick around. As always, please give this video a like so that I know you're here crafting. So I have one guy who is a cute little treat guy, and then I have a fully stuffed gnome. Now, I had no plans to make these until I actually got this fur in from Amazon. This is a beautiful blush colored fur. The pile's about 2.5 inches, but it's a strange color, but it's very pretty. As part of my Use It or Lose It series from my craft room, I'm going to use these treat bags from the Dollar Tree, a 3/4 inch wood ball. You can use anything for a nose, and some fabric. I'm going to be using a glue gun, some scissors, and an X-Acto knife. So I had a lot of people ask me when I gave away a free gnome pattern for sewing if we could do the box pleat bottom with a hot glue gun. Absolutely. Turn a rectangle bag inside out, fold down the outside corners. So it doesn't matter if there's a seam, it doesn't matter if there's an edge, just make sure that you are gluing it to the bottom and not to the side. So I put my hand through in the bottom. You see how it was tucked over to the side? So just protect your fingers if you still have fingerprints from your crafting. All right, so you're gonna let that sit. You can add a little extra glue if you want. Let it sit before turning it right side out. And you can see here you have a nice little box bottom. Isn't that cute? The great thing about a box bottom is it's pretty handy, and we're going to be filling it. So I'm going to show you in a little bit how to do the big one, but I'm going to have some candy here. It's almost Valentine's Day preparation time. So this is me figuring out a few things that I can do. So I'm popping in a couple of, what are those? Ring pops. I hate gummy candy. There's something you may not have known about me. But yeah, I give away all the gummy candy I can. Now, if your bag is not sitting up, you can use a cardboard circle. You can use a jar lid. Or you can use one of these 8,000 wood round ornaments that you have in your craft room. Either way, just add in everything you can. Tighten the bag up and then tie it into a bow because this is a true treat bag gnome, right? All right, so here's a fun little doodah. We're going to create our own gnome hat pattern. Now, slouchy gnome hats are the easiest gnome hats to make. I'm going to use just enough in the width to go around and add about a 1/2 inch to an inch, whatever you feel comfortable with, in order to accommodate the nose and the beard. And that's going to give me my first cut. I'm just making a tiny little slit in the fabric. I'm using a Dollar Tree cutting mat that I stole from my daughter to cut about a 9-inch tall hat. Now, 8 inches will work. 6 inches is going to be too small. So if you're working with like a cotton or you're working with fleece, it doesn't matter. For those of you wondering, this is a luxe fleece. Now, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but let me show you the downside. Do you see the downside? Look at this. It gets everywhere. You will have to vacuum. All right, so on that long edge that goes around the body, I'm just going to fold up the bottom brim so that I can trap in all of that shedding. And then I'm going to put right sides together. So not this way, this way. So you can see the brim. Okay, so and I'm going to get my ruler back out, or cutting mat. And then if you want a cool slouchy hat that's going to cover everything and have a good rise, anything under 10 inches, actually anything under 9 inches is going to get a 2-inch rise over here. So you go up 2 inches and then cut. Do not cut to a perfect point at the top. It'll be harder for you to get a perfect point when you turn it inside out, especially if you're using hot glue. So again, we are working on the right side or the pretty side of the fabric here. We're going to add hot glue and fold it over. With fleece, you just need to tap. You don't need to press it down. Oh, my hot glue gun stick is coming out. All right, so now we're just going to make sure we get the top here. And again, tippity tap, tap, taps, no need to press it. So I get a lot of questions about that, how you can't see my seam. I don't press the two pieces of fabric together, especially if I'm working with fleece. All I do is just tippity tap, but you have to let it set. Many, many people have burned themselves not letting it set. Please don't. All right, pop your finger all the way down to the edge, bring it out, and then use the rounded portion of your scissors if you can't get a nice big point at the top. Always check this seam to make sure you have everything in place. And then I'm going to put the seam edge on the side of the body. Okay, so I'm going to have a floppy hat. I'm going to create my own little pom-pom that matches my beard. Ooh, speaking of beard, let's get this beautiful Amazon blush. If you want the link to this, I'll try and remember to put it down below. I'm going to cut a 2" by 2" square. Super easy, super fun. Use an X-Acto knife, a razor blade, or a box cutter. Put the pile of fur facing down and then just cut very simply and carefully the faux fur fabric backing. Look at this. Biggity. Ooh, bam. Look at that beautiful, beautiful little piece of fur. Now, we are not going to glue it to the treat bag. We're going to glue it to the inside of the hat. The reason we're doing that is to keep everything separate. You can use this as a bottle topper. So if you want to give a bottle of wine, it'll be super cute. Or you're delivering something like a mason jar gift. This works for those too. In order to attach the nose, just split the fur to the fabric backing really close to the brim. And then all you're going to do is glue it on and then glue the hat down to the top of the nose. And you're done. Or you can be extra, like me. I'm going to cut a 1" square of faux fur. Just 1" by 1". Again, pile of fur goes down. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to just cut the fabric backing. Yank! And then we're going to use our hot glue gun and take all of the corners into the center. This is how you make a quick little pom-pom. Okay, no. I'm feeling a little frisky, friends. I don't know why I sang. I will refrain from singing in the future. All right, one more little corner here. By the way, this is real time. Like, this takes no time at all. You're almost done. All right, slip it on, put the seam on the side, fold down your hat, and add a little glue to the little end of your hat. Put the ugly side of your pom-pom where all the seams are against that, and then glue down the side of the hat. Guess what? This guy is done. Isn't he cute? But let's be extra and make a big one. This is a 7 by 9" bag from the Dollar Tree. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to glue it down, making sure we are not gluing it to the side of the bag. So we pop something inside, do the other side. Now, the bigger bag you go, it's a good idea to add a little extra hot glue on anything lifted. Once it sets, you're just going to turn it right side out, make it flat. Add whatever amount you want. I'm adding a cup of poly pellets for a good bit of weight because I'm about to stuff them until they can't be stuffed anymore. Before I pull it tight, make sure it's sitting flat, and then I'm going to cut these strings off because they're neon pink and I got a blush thing going on. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So again, we're going to wrap it around the body of our gnome, allowing about 1" or so extra. Then you can go as high or as long as you want. It's really cute when you make a super tall one. This one is about 11 inches. And then we're going to have to clean up, just pull all this stuff off. I love this luxe fur. I get it at Joann's, but whew, she messy. All right, I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom here. I'm just going to add a brim. Don't burn yourself if you like your fingers. Oh, look at that. I broke my promise. I said I wouldn't sing. All right, right sides together. Now, when you're making the big end hats, you want to go at least 3 inches up for a rise. And again, don't go to a point. It'll be harder. So just go where you have maybe 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, a little bit at the top. See that up there? And we're going to have to pull all this stuff off again, clean up our workspace so I don't look like a slob. And then it's time to glue it right sides together. I have fuzz all over me. What a great day to wear black. All right, so same thing here. We're going to slip on the hat with the seam at the side. Now for this one, I'm going to make a 4" beard. You can make it a U shape. You can make it a V shape. This one's going to be a square shape. Boom, because I really love this beautiful pink. I'm going to glue this one directly to, whoopsie, get the hat out of there. I'm going to glue the beard directly to the body of this guy. I'm also going to show you how to use a wood bead. I get this question a lot. You can absolutely use a wood bead with the holes in it if that's what you have on hand. We're just going to tuck one end of the bead right into the actual body, and then the top one will be covered by the hat. So you split the fur to the fabric backing and then add glue there. Adhere your nose, and that way it won't come off. If you just glue it to the fur, it's more likely to pop off. Be sure to glue your fur all the way around and down, and then add a little hot glue to the top of the nose or to the brim of the hat, and put that in place before you glue the entire hat all the way around. get that on there. Fold over or flop over the side, and let's be extra again. So I'm going to try and make a pom-pom with this extra little bit here that's wonky. I don't like wasting faux fur, especially something this pretty. So I'm going to take this little L shape or Tetris shape, and I'm going to make the same kind of thing, a pom-pom. Again, all of the ugly stuff is what we're actually going to glue on. So just fold it in on itself, make sure that it's set, roll it in between your hands or bang it on the table a couple times to make it floofy, and then I'm gluing down the side of the hat to the hat, and then gluing on the ugly side of the pom-pom to that nice flat bit we have over here. Now you can add additional decorations, but yeah, I'm done. This is in natural light, no additional editing. What do you think of them? Let me know down in the comments below. These are some of my favorite of the year so far. As always, thanks for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe for more crafty fun.